So hello everyone, Muzi Beats here, and today I thought that we can make a trap beat. So first things first. So first things first. I've got this empty template right here, and I got this by going to new from template, minimal then empty. And why I'm using this empty template is because I don't like it when it comes to the stock sounds. I like it better when it's just a sampler and I can use my own sounds and whatnot. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna click on the channel rack. If your channel rack's not open, you can click on this button right here. It's called View Channel Rack. Then you can press this plus sign, and from this plus sign you can add your instruments. So I'm gonna add FL keys. Then I'm gonna click on this arrow right here, go down to presets, choose dark piano, and then from here we can start joining our melody. So first things first, I'm gonna click on the sampler so it's highlighted, and then I'm gonna go into the piano roll by clicking on the piano roll button right here. Then after that, I am going to choose minor natural Aeolian, and then I'm gonna use C minor as my scale. So what I'm doing basically is after you click on the what's the button on this button right here, you can choose minor natural Aeolian, and what it does is it brings you the pencil tool, and from here you can just click on the scale, and it will give you the scale. It will show you all the notes in the scale. So now I'm gonna press shift and then left click, bring this up, shift then left click, bring this up. So for after this, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna create a note on the after the fourth bar, just when the fifth bar starts, and then I'm gonna zoom in just to make sure that it's accurate. Okay, my timestamps off is set to none, so I'm gonna go to this magnet tool, go to half step, then click after the fourth bar, then press Command L to elongate it. If you're using PC, just press Control L. It's basically the same thing. So now that we have our scale and we have our notes, we can start making our melody. So basically, to make our melody, all we do is just click on the note we want, and we should use the notes that are being shown here, these ghost notes, because these are the notes that are in key. So I'm gonna start with C, then go up to D, then from D, I'm gonna go up by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's G sharp. Then I'm gonna see if I can go down to G again. So let's see what this sounds like. And why I chose to go up by 5 is because if you go up by 5, it'll always be on. It'll always sound good basically. So now I'm gonna skip a note, and then draw a note after this note skipped to create my melody. Then, as I said, to create a chord, all you do is you just skip a note. So that's skipped. Okay, so let's hear what this sounds like. Okay, I'm liking how that's sounding. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press Command, then left click, and then I'm gonna highlight these top notes here. Then I'm gonna bring them down by 1, and then after that, and I'm probably gonna bring this A sharp down by 1 too. Yeah, let's see what this sounds like now. Okay, I love how that sounds. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna highlight the bottom notes, and then from there, I'm highlighting by pressing Command Shift, then left clicking, and then from there we're gonna press Shift, and then we're gonna left click, and we're gonna drag the notes to the side a little bit, then put them back, and then we're gonna press Command down to bring them down. And what this does is that it creates lower octaves, and it allows us to, it allows the piano to get more, how can I put it, to get more frequencies on the EQ. Like it's like these lower notes will be playing. Plus we're gonna add top notes too by pressing Command Shift, then left click, and highlighting the bottom and the top notes. And then we're gonna press Shift, and what we're gonna do is, as I said, we're just gonna bring this up, bring this to the left a little bit, or to the right. I mean, to the right a little bit, and then we're just gonna press Command up. And what this does is that it will create more top notes too. So let's see what this sounds like right now. Okay, so now that we have that sorted out, what we can start doing now is we can start creating like the main melody, yeah. And we're gonna do this by clicking on the channel rack, and then going to sampler. We're gonna press Command X to delete all the notes on the sampler, and then after that we're gonna click on the plus sign, go to FL keys, go to dark piano, And then we're gonna make sure that the second drop piano is highlighted by looking at this green thing here, this green box here. And then we're gonna go back into the piano roll. And then from here, we have all the notes you can use for our main melody. So I'm gonna choose to do 4 notes for each bar. Yeah. Here, I'm gonna let it start from the top, then come to the bottom. Let's hear what this sounds like. Okay, it's too repetitive, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring these notes here down. Okay, so now that we have our emotional chord progression and emotional melody going, we can start adding our drums to it. So I'm gonna grab these hi-hats, fill each 2 steps. I'm gonna left click, then just choose fill each 2 steps. Then I'm gonna get a clap. And I have this clap MIDI, but I'm gonna show you where to always place the clap. If you're working in double time, you always place it in the middle of the bar, like right there. You see, like this is where like standard, because it's always gonna hit on the 3 when it's like that. So I'm gonna press Shift D to shorten the notes, and then yeah, let's see what the sounds like. Now, one thing I forgot to do is when you're making your own chord progressions, it's always better that you strum them, because if you strum them, it's going to make it sound realistic. It's going to make it sound like someone is actually playing the chord progressions. So I'm going to press Options S, and what that's going to do is it's going to mess with the timing, and it's going to strum the notes for us. So let's see what this sounds like. Okay, so accept, and I'm going to get the slice tool right here, and then I'm just going to delete these notes here at the end. Press Shift Delete, F and delete, Shift Delete, whatever. Then I'll press Shift P to get the pencil tool back. And then now that these notes are strummed, it's actually sounds like someone was actually like on the piano playing it, rather than if it was exactly on the grid, it would just sound robotic. So I'm gonna do something similar to my hi-hats. I'm gonna press Alt Options R, and what that's gonna do is that's gonna randomize them. And then I'm just gonna press Command A, use the magnet tool, go to none, and then I'm just gonna shift to the right by 2. And I did that by pressing Shift, then clicking the right button by 2. And what that's gonna do is gonna take it off the grid a little bit. It's gonna sound less robotic, 1, and 2. When the clap or kick hits at the same time as a hi-hat, they're gonna hit differently because they're not hitting exactly at the same time. So basically, now that that's done, I'm gonna go back to the magnet tool, choose half a step, and then from here, I'll just draw out the 808. Yeah. I didn't catch you. As I said, from here I'm just gonna draw out the 808. Okay, so with the 808, yeah, now that, because we made the melody ourselves, we know what the root notes are. So it's better that it's always better to use the root notes of the melody to draw the 808. So I'm just gonna place it where the root notes are, basically here, there, and there. Press Commando. Okay, this one's kind of off. So now we're just gonna add a kick. Yeah, and I'm just gonna add the kick where I know it's gonna sound good. Yeah, but mostly you always want your kick to hit where your 808's hitting, because that way, as I said, it just sounds better like that. So my kicks are just gonna hit right there. And then I was also thinking, one thing I forgot to do too is, okay, right now I'm just gonna go to the sampler. I'm gonna click twice, and what the boxes are just gonna highlight everything. And when it does that, I'll basically go to the mixer, and to go to the mixer, you just click this button right here, and I'll press Command Shift L, and what it does is that it lays everything on the mixer out, and then from here, I'll highlight the pianos. I'll go back to the channel rack. I'll put the second piano back to the second track so that both pianos are on the same track. And then from here, I'll go to the EQ. I'll go to this first thing here, and then I'll continue. I'll go to this first thing here. It will bring up. I'll go to the first band, and then I'll choose Steep 8. Yeah, and what that does is that it allows you to bring it down more freely. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut most of the bass out of the piano. So by doing this, it gives us room for the 808. And also, I'll go to the other side. I'll go to Steep 8 too. And then I'm going to cut most of the high end out. And also by doing this too, like we're giving room for the snare and the 808 to freely, snare and the hi-hats to freely hit. So basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to reverb. I'm going to stereo separation. I'm going to put it more to the side. Cut out some of the lows, increase the wetness, and maybe increase the size, increase the delay by a little bit too. Yeah. I hear too much reverb, so I'm just gonna slightly pull this back a little bit with the mix knob. And why you have to do all this is because FL Keys is a stock plugin. So because it's a stock plugin, it does not come with any effects at all. It's always better like you add your own effects and whatnot. So basically, this is the beat. Yeah, it's nothing tough. It's just like a beginner's guide to like making beats. Basically, like it's all it is. It's a simple chord progression, simple melody playing over the chord progression, simple hi hats, an 808, a clap, and a kick. Really, that's all you really need to make a beat. Like perks, cymbals, and whatnot, that can always come later. But like if you're really just starting to learn how to use FL Studio, this is like the easiest way to make a beat. So I'm just gonna play it for you one more last time. Okay, this kick here was off by one, and like it's real loud too. I'll just decrease it a little bit. Yeah, but as I said, this is the beat. I hope you found anything I said here useful, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you very much.